Hi you guys, hope you all are having a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and all the links are down below. So today's video, I'm doing a drugstore makeup starter kit. So this is for maybe some teenagers, preteens that are looking into getting into makeup, or maybe some adults that have never really experimented with makeup and want to start getting into it, or you're just wanting to watch my video and see some great drugstore products. So everything I have here can be found at most drugstores such as Target, Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, all that stuff. And I don't believe any of these products are over $10, and I'm only showing you 10 products, so if you were to buy all of them, they would be less than $100. So let's get right into it. To start off, I am not going to recommend a primer because I don't know any drugstore primers that are really that great or do much, and even the high-end ones I feel like aren't really worth the money completely. So I'm going to start off with foundation because I don't even wear primer every day, but my favorite drugstore foundation is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour with Comfort Serum. The reason I recommend this foundation to most is because, as you know, foundation for me is hard because I have a lot of acne scars, I need full coverage, and I need it to last long on my oily skin. But this foundation works for dry skin, oily skin, combination skin, and it's medium coverage, so it's right in the middle. So if you want to sheer it out, you can just add some MAC Fix Plus or just do a damp sponge and apply this, or if you want to build up coverage, just use a kabuki or a foundation brush and add a second layer. So it's completely buildable. You can get sheer or full coverage, and it works for dry or oily skin. So I feel like this is the perfect foundation for everyone, and it really does last a while. I don't see any fading or anything like that, and the color range is pretty great. So next up, besides, the foundation, what would you apply foundation with? Well, if you're looking for a good brush brand and you don't want to use like Morphe and buy online, or you don't want to use like Sigma or something like that, my favorite brushes like almost ever are the Real Technique brushes, and this is the buffing brush. This actually came in a set. You can get the entire set for like $15 or something like that. I believe it's like $17 on Ulta and like $15 on Target, but I got mine off Amazon for cheaper. But this buffing brush is great because it's really dense and it packs on the product, and it does not get streaky, and it doesn't like clump up product in here, so the next time you apply it, there's a lot of product left over. It's not that expensive. You can get a regular Real Techniques brush, I believe it's called the Expert Face Brush, for like $7.99 from like Target. So if you're looking for good drugstore brushes to start off with, Real Techniques is the way to go. They also have a sponge that's almost a dupe for the Beauty Blender, and I have a video on that already. So the next product, continuing on with the face, is my NYX HD Concealer. This is only $4.99, and this does the job well. As you can see, you can't really see much of my under eye circles. It masks it pretty well. This concealer is one of my favorites when it comes to under eye circles, and it's very lightweight, so it's very easy to start with, and it's just a doe foot applicator that you can just go like this, and it blends out really easy. So if you've never really experimented with makeup, this is kind of almost foolproof, so I definitely recommend it, especially for $4.99. Now the next product I'm going to start now with the eyes is brows, actually. And the reason I'm going to recommend an actual brow product is because I see videos all the time for drugstore starter kits, and they always just recommend a tinted brow gel. But with this day and age of like this year, in the past year, brows have been a big thing, and a lot of people, like, it's been a trend and everything like that, and I don't think you can get a perfect brow from just brow gel unless you automatically have them. So I'm going to recommend the NYX Micro Brow Pencil because it comes with product on one side and it comes with a spoolie on the other, so you can actually brush them out and blend it in. And because it's a micro brow pencil, it's not as difficult to screw up your eye. So like, let's say you've never really done this before and you don't want to go overboard. Of course you can go overboard with any product, but because it's a micro brow pencil, filling in the hairs is a lot easier, and it kind of makes you make less mistakes because of that. So I definitely recommend this, and this is about $9.99. And the next product I am going to recommend is eyeshadow. Now the next product I want to recommend is the Nudes palette by Maybelline. Now I know there's a lot of bad reviews on this about the pigmentation, and although the pigmentation isn't completely so opaque and pigmented, I think it's absolutely perfect medium. And I love the shimmer shades. They have a lot of shimmer shades. They have a lot of matte shades in here, and it's really, really more of a nudes palette, so it's neutral, so you don't have to worry about wearing vibrant colors. But if you wanted to try smoky eye, this is the way to go. They blend very easily, and they're not so compacted with color that that when you apply them on your lid, it's too much color and you have to keep blending away, and then it's just a mess. That's why I really recommend this palette, and even though I kind of know how to do eyeshadow at this point, I still actually use it because it's really good for every day. But if you're not looking for a palette, I'm just going to mention this real quick. The e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow Trio is one of the best things I have ever come across because it is the easiest way to make a smoky eye. They blend beautifully. They're actually shimmer. You just apply this on the lid, this in the outer corner, blend a little bit, put this on the inner part of your eye, the inner tear duct, and you have a smoky eye in like a minute. It's one of the best things ever, and I believe it's only $3 or $6. I have mine in Peach Please, which is basically nude. But if you're looking for an eyeshadow palette, I would recommend this one. I'm not going to recommend a mascara for this drugstore makeup starter kit because I feel like mascara is something that's very personal and everyone really already owns mascara. I like the L'Oreal Voluminous, but because I feel like each eyelash needs a different mascara on each person, I'm not going to add that in here. But for eyeliner, I like the Maybelline Master Precise. It's felt tip, it's really, really thin, and it comes out pigmented, and it's very black, and it dries down pretty matte. The reason I like this, although felt tips don't last as long, is because it's so easy to make a wing. So if you're really new to makeup and you're very scared, like for eyeliners, to make eyeliner wings because you think you're going to mess it up, just practice. I feel like this is the perfect pen to like practice with because it's a lot easier to make a wing with this than it is with most eyeliner pens. And I've had this for a couple of months and I still have a lot of pigmentation left on it. So I really do like this and I definitely recommend it. And I believe it's only like $7. And I believe this palette, by the way, is like 7 or 8. Okay, then now I'm going back to like the regular face. The next product I'm going to recommend is the e.l.f. blush. This is in Mellow Mauve. It's about $3, so you can find most of them at Target. And I've heard, again, some bad reviews about this blush, but I absolutely love this blush because it's not so pigmented where you put your brush in, you have to tap it off, and then you can look like a clown. But it does not lack pigment at all either. It's like the perfect medium, kind of how I feel about this palette right here. I really do like this blush. I don't use this all the time because it's one of those that I always forget that I have. One of those things that is put in a drawer and then you don't reach for it because you forget that you have it. But if you're really looking for a good blush, the e.l.f. Baked Blush or the regular blushes, which is this one, I really do like, and especially for $3. And then the next thing, which is also $3, is the NYC Smooth Skin Face Bronzing Powder. This is my favorite bronzer. I've had this for maybe about 3 or 4 years now, and I finally hit pan. This is my favorite bronzer because it's cheap, it blends well, and it's not completely pigmented. It is more on the terracotta orange side, but as long as you don't go heavy-handed, which is very difficult with this product, this is like my favorite bronzer and one of the only bronzers I'll use from the drugstore. And last 2 products, just, you know, seal everything up. You have to apply powder. I personally like loose powder. My NYC loose powder is one of my favorites, but for like regular powder that's not loose, so you don't get so intimidated with the loose powder, I recommend the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I get it in translucent, but you can also get yours in your skin color. I like it because it actually does take away the oil without making it look cakey or leaving kind of a white cast. This does have more pigmentation than a loose powder will. That's why I kind of like loose powders a little bit more. But this is definitely my go-to like regular pressed powder, and I definitely recommend it. And again, it's like $3. And to end this video off, I'm going to talk about lipsticks. Now, I love the Maybelline Color Sensational line. It packs a lot of pigment in a lipstick, but if you're just starting out getting with lipstick and you want to get a lot of cool colors with cool packaging, I recommend the L'Oreal Color. I don't know what the full name is. It comes in packaging like this. I have mine in 140 Mauve. It's one of my favorite colors from this line, and as you can see, it's almost between like a gloss and like a matte lipstick, and I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. It has a lot of pigment, and it takes about 2 layers to get it completely opaque. So if you don't want really, really strong lips, you can kind of sheer it out at the same time. So that's why I put all this drugstore makeup here. So that's it, you guys. This is my drugstore makeup starter kit. So if you're looking to get, you know, makeup, or you're on the hunt, or you're just looking for good drugstore products, these are the ones I would recommend. I hope you guys all have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe, and again, all the links are down below.